magical star beings, this is Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading we're going to be taking a look at how is your beauty described by others. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially if I go into physical features or details because we all look different, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. So now for your crystals and your pile. So for pile number 1 we have the shell. And we have the card Contemplation. For pile number 2, we have purple agate. And we have positivity. And for pile number 3, we have rose quartz. And we have contentment. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be a pile for today. But of course, if you are drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition because there could be more messages there for you. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose the shell and the card Contemplation, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how is your beauty described by others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially when I talk about physical features. So let's get started with your reading and see what cards show up for you. We're going to get one card from the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1. How is their beauty described by others? So we have Pink Amethyst, Soul Star Chakra, and Divine Love, card number 16. At the back of the deck, we have Super 7 with Arisha Star and Direction. Now we're going to get one more card from the Messages from Mermaids Oracle. So how is my pile number 1's beauty described by others? How is my pile 1's beauty described by others? We have Ask for Help. And at the back of the deck we have Friendship. Now we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So how is my pile number 1's beauty described by others? How is my pile number 1's beauty described by others? Let's just see how many cards we have. So the first card we have is the 8 of Wands. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the King of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 2 of Cups. Let's get one more card. And we have the Ace of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords. So my pile number 1s, how is your beauty described by others? I'm hearing soft and delicate. And I'm really being drawn to this pink rose here. Kind of reminds me of the song by Kali Uchis, I Wish You Roses. Especially one part where she says something in the song like, my petals are soft and silky as my sheets, But before that, she says, I was a rose in a garden of weeds. My petals are soft and silky as my sheets. So do not be afraid to get pricked by the thorn. And then she says something like, later on, my love's as deep as the ocean. Don't you drown on me. So I would definitely say soft, silky, like, even if you don't wear silky types of clothes, there's something about people seeing your beauty and describing your beauty sort of like soft and delicate, kind of like a rose, or kind of like silk, or kind of like a fairy tale princess, if that makes sense. Well, or prince, or something like fairy tale like. Very like soft and dainty and delicate. So your skin could be soft. You could have soft features or rounded features in your face. I'm seeing something about your nose, like people describe your nose to be turned up in a way, or something about your nose is described as cute, especially on the side profile. Some of you could have button noses or just cute noses in general. There's something about your hands also being soft or delicate and dainty, and like people describing you, if you're a woman and you wear dresses or things like that, like if you had to dress in more of a soft feminine energy where you are wearing floral colors, delicate kind of colors like pink, soft colors like white, like pastels. It's like people really like to see you in those kind of things, like very girly. For the men watching, people could describe your kind of physical appearance to be, or your handsomeness to be like soft and gentle in a way that is cute, if that makes sense. There's something about your hands specifically, like people are very drawn to. So people could describe your hands to be soft and beautiful, and like they want you to touch them with your hand, not in a weird way, but just like to touch them because it feels very gentle, or something about like you having that type of touch that you like put your nails in someone and then it gives them goosebumps, or something like that is coming through. People may also sometimes describe your beauty to be a little bit fiery and feisty at the same time. Like you have this soft, delicate gentleness to you, but you also have this fiery, feisty side to you as well. And what I'm really getting here is people may describe your beauty to be kind of like a tropical wonderland. A tropical paradise. Because I don't know why this card in Contemplation, like I'm looking at her and the tan is really sticking out to me. So something about your skin being tanned, or people may describe your skin to be tanned or darker as if you're in the sun a lot, but it looks good, and people describe your skin to look glowy in some way and soft. And like you do moisturize a lot. Even if you don't, it looks like you do. Even like your face has a certain type of glow to it. So, even if you're white, like you could have more of a darker or medium-ish skin tone. And, if there are other races here, like Asian, for example, you could have more of a tan complexion, or even Indian black. Like it's giving me more of like a darker skin tone. People may describe your skin tone to be darker, if that makes sense. Just take it as it resonates. There's so many of you watching. People may describe your beauty, like I said, to be like a tropical paradise, like as if you are meant to be on the beach and enjoying delicious fruity drinks or cocktails, or being around animals, kind of living a soft life. You give off that type of beauty that people describe to be like living a soft life, to live a soft and gentle life where you have everything you need and want. a little bit bougie type of lifestyle of living, but more luxurious and nice. But this is how people describe your beauty. So I guess this is just maybe what people see in you. Like, almost like, I'm also seeing photogenic, and people may describe you to be like such a photogenic person that you could be an Instagram model or something like that. Or you could just look like you're that type of person that is meant to be on the beach having fun in the sun. Like, I'm really getting that vibe. People may describe your beauty. When I say the fairy tale thing, I'm seeing like Snow White and all the beautiful animals, and Cinderella when she sings and all the animals come, or something like that. So you may have that type of beauty where people describe you to kind of have that beauty that looks like you care for animals in some way. I don't know if that makes sense. Care for the earth and the waters and the oceans and the earth. That type of beauty that is also kind. Like, I'm thinking this is maybe your inner beauty. You have that type of beauty that is also kind, generous, and loving. Loving for all creatures on earth and the earth as a whole. People may describe your beauty to be like a flower, and your heart to be as deep as the ocean. I'm seeing the Little Mermaid when she combs her hair with a dingle hopper. So I don't know, like, if people may describe your hair to look really good, as if you're always combing your hair. You also have the type of beauty that has a romantic essence, is how people describe it. A romantic essence to it, and it's like people will start to crush on you and start to fall in love with you. You may even have people fall in love with you at first sight, or this is just maybe assumptions people make and how people describe your beauty. Like, I'm sure pile number one has people just staring at them all the time and wanting to talk to them all the time, wanting to ask them out on dates, that type of energy. People may describe your beauty to look very fit and healthy, as if you really take care of your body, mind, and soul. But I'm seeing like fruits, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, and drinking a lot of water. I'm seeing someone drink water with fruits in it, cut up fruits, and I'm seeing someone like really have a nice kitchen where they can make whatever food they want, and it looks good in the kitchen. It feels peaceful. I'm hearing that song that's like, I just got a new apartment, I'm gonna leave the floor wet. I don't know who it's by, but I'm getting this vibe of like, people may assume that you have that type of beauty where you look like you're gonna have a big kitchen, a big home, or your own type of home, and that independence. I mean, we have the Six of Wands here, which is success. You have that type of beauty that allows you to easily gain success. And that's not to say your skills aren't going to get you there. Your skills are going to get you there. And I see it like with the Three of Pentacles, your skills can work together with your beauty. So this is not me describing it, but this is the way people describe it. I'm seeing some say that you have pretty privilege, and that you can get anything you desire because of that. Like, if you wanted a job, you could just ask for help. You could just ask for it. And that's kind of like how people describe your beauty. Like, you have that type of look to you where you can be the damsel in distress and anyone would want to help you. You could go to a coffee shop and they would give you the coffee for free. I'm seeing the Hot Chick not episode. I watched too many series. I'm seeing the Hot Chick movie where there's one scene where she goes into a shop and then she's getting like some kind of milkshake thing or coffee, or I don't know. It has like whipped cream at the top. And then she licks it flirtatiously and then the guy gives it to her for free. So people may describe your beauty, and this may not be true, but this is just how people describe your beauty, that you have the type of beauty that people would give you for free things, or just help you, or just carry your bags for you if you're at the airport and you need help, Or, you could just call up someone and they'd help you if you're going through a challenge with the Nine of Wands. That's what I'm getting. People may also describe your beauty where it's like you can be in the spotlight, because I'm looking at these lights here and I'm getting this vibe of spotlights, and these hands here look like they're cheering on for her. So, this is what people say. Okay, this is what people are describing about you. People may also say you have the type of beauty where if you wear formal clothes, like I'm seeing the Queen of England and how their family wears those like very formal but beautiful clothes. It's kind of like that type of aesthetic. How do I put it in words? I don't know how to describe it, but then you'll also see like that old money aesthetic. So like I'm seeing that clairvoyantly, and I'm getting the vibe that maybe people may describe your beauty where you could get very rich in this lifetime, or you have the type of beauty that is a little bit bougie, that if you were to marry rich, you could, or if you were to make your own wealth, you could. And it's not just because of your beauty, but you also have skills too with the Three of Pentacles that work together with it. But if you wanted to use your beauty to your advantage, you could, in that sense, is what people describe. And even if you were to do it independently and gain all that success on your own, people may describe your beauty to be kind of like boss bitch energy. Like boss babe energy, like that type of energy where you're really independent, and people may sometimes say, okay, pile number one can easily get anything they want because they can just ask for it and it will fall in their lap. But I don't know if that's true, my pile ones. It's probably not. I don't know. You'll let me know. I keep getting the word bougie and like old money and riches, success, limelight, spotlight. People may even say you could become a model, or you could become in the public eye because you just have that type of beauty and look to you. People may describe your lips to be very juicy, very delicious looking. I'm seeing the DKNY ad when they eat an apple or something like that. So there's an element of seduction here. And I spoke about like modeling. So that's coming up again. People may describe, if you wear eye makeup, they may describe your eye makeup to look really good and blend in seamlessly. Like the makeup you do wear even, it blends in seamlessly with your look where it kind of looks natural, but then at the same time, you can see you did wear makeup, but it's not. People may describe it where it's not over the top, but it's also enough makeup that it makes you look glam and good, that it also just makes you stand out in some way. So people may describe that they like your makeup. I'm seeing jewelry or accessories, and people may like that. I'm also seeing someone describe your beauty as kawaii or cute, something like that. I'm also seeing the coquette aesthetic. I don't know how to say that word, but it gives me that soft, dainty energy still. I'm hearing people describe your beauty as if people would itch to be with a person like you. People would thirst to be with a person like you. Okay? You also have people describe your beauty where it's not just your physical beauty that's coming up, but also a soul beauty, a heart beauty. Like, because you're such a deep person, because you're such a loving person, such a caring individual. Like, a really romantic essence is what I get here. And an element of seduction too. And people may describe that they like your voice, that your voice sounds very beautiful, and that the type of beauty you have is like, you notice one thing today, like this shell, you notice one thing today, like, oh, just the outer surface, this is beautiful. And then tomorrow you get to know pile one deeper, and you notice another layer to their beauty, and another layer, and another layer. And then you notice their inner beauty, like that type of energy. Like you always notice new things about pile one's beauty, whether it's their inner beauty, their heart, their soul, or um their actual physical beauty. It's like a never-ending staircase to discovering new things that are beautiful about you. People may describe your eyes to be very beautiful too. I'm hearing sultry eyes. And I'm also hearing doe eyes and fluttering eyes, and I'm seeing someone blink their eyes and get anything they want. I'm hearing pouty lips. I don't know why I just heard sugar mommy. Sugar daddy, I don't know. I just heard someone say you have the type of beauty that people would put in artworks. And now as I look at this, I'm hearing that song, She's Like a Rainbow. She comes in colors everywhere. So you may be a very colorful person. You may like to wear a lot of colorful things. You may like to express yourself or have a colorful personality. And that's how people may describe you. Very colorful, very expressive, very authentic to yourself too. Very unique and creative too. Like in the way you express yourself and dress up. And ooh, I'm hearing smell delicious. Pile number 1 smells delicious. They smell really good. Or they smell really sweet. I want to smell them forever. That's what I'm hearing. People may describe you to have really nice eyelashes too and eyebrows. And like a neck and jawline. But I'm not seeing sharp jawlines, but some of you could have, but I'm seeing more softer facial features. And I'm really getting fit and healthy. People may describe your beauty to be fit and healthy, and the type of beauty where it also looks like you are smart. You're not just like, people may describe your beauty to be like it ticks all the boxes of what a person would want because you have intelligence to you. It looks like you are always thinking, or you're always thinking, where am I going to go next? On to the next move. You're always one step ahead. You're always creating success, always going after the things you want, calling in and going after the things you want, where your heart is leading you, where your passions are leading you, and creating success for yourself. So it's like, I'm seeing Elle Woods and how they underestimated her at first in Legally Blonde, but then she was pretty, but then also smart, and she became an amazing lawyer that wore pink and was so pretty, but then also smart, So people may describe you to have like that type of intelligence, but also beauty. And it's like, I'm hearing like, I can't compete with my pal number 1s. They tick all the boxes. They have everything. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen on TV when, like, let's say someone has a crush on a person and then that person has a crush on you, for example, and you're in the movie, and then that person's like, I can't compete with pal number 1. They're smart, they're beautiful, they're athletic, they're fit. I tried to find things wrong with them, but I couldn't find anything wrong with them. They're kind too. Like, I hope that person is just happy with them. I can't compete with them. It gives me that type of vibe, like, I can't compete with you. That's what I'm literally hearing. I'm hearing the word genuine. You have a genuine and gentle soul. A very peaceful energy to you that is beautiful, very harmonious. I'm hearing symmetrical or asymmetrical. Like, some of you have very symmetrical faces that is like almost perfect looking. I'm hearing to others. Like they see you as a little bit flawless. I'm hearing that song Flawless by Beyonce. And some of you have a little bit of an asymmetrical face, or it's not perfect, but then it looks beautiful. It's like the imperfections make you look beautiful, if that makes sense. I'm also seeing like some of you have freckles on your face, or like moles on your face that make you look beautiful, beauty spots that make you look beautiful. And I'm seeing Marilyn Monroe for some reason. So maybe some of you have a voluptuousness to you, whereas maybe some of you have more athletic build. I'm also clairvoyantly seeing a ruby. You may have the type of beauty that is like a ruby, very expensive and valuable and one of a kind, a rare gem. So yeah, some of you may have like a voluptuous like Marilyn Monroe, but I'm also getting here with all this seductive energy and this romantic essence you have, like Marilyn Monroe, you have a lot of beauty, but then because of that, I feel like you may also have some people get the wrong idea of you with the Seven of Swords, where they think you're something you're not. Like, you know how sometimes Marilyn Monroe was sexualized and she didn't like it? Or how I mentioned Elle Woods and how well, I don't know if Marilyn Monroe liked it, but I'm sure when I looked at her life, I saw towards the end she didn't want to just be seen as a sex symbol. You know, she wanted to be seen as a great movie star too, as a great actress. It's not just her looks that got her that far, and I see that within her almost through feelings, if that makes sense. And I mentioned Elle Woods, you know, people underestimated her because they thought she was just pretty, but then when they actually saw the different side to her, it's like, whoa, pile number one is more than just what I thought. So I get that with the Seven of Swords, people may sometimes underestimate you because of your beauty. So there is a pretty privilege here, but there's also a downside to it. But I think with the Seven of Swords, you can also use it to your advantage. I don't know. Because I'm hearing that Bubbles, I don't know if it's Bubbles, when she's like, they underestimate me, then bam! Like that type of energy. Seven of Swords, a Nine of Swords at the back of the deck. I also heard like people may describe your beauty to be kind of like that type of beauty that is so beautiful that, like I said earlier, you can't compete with it. And it's kind of like hide your man, hide your woman. People may sometimes see you as a little bit of a heartbreaker at first, or a little bit of a player because you're so beautiful. And that's one thing, like, I've met some people in my life where I'm like, they're so gorgeous or they're so handsome that they must be a player. They must be like, how are they that handsome? How are they that gorgeous? And then you actually get to know them and then you see, oh, they're actually the most kindest, genuine person ever, you know? So I'm getting that, like, people may sometimes say, how is pile number one so beautiful where they must be in a relationship or they must have someone, or you know, I'm scared to even bring my man or woman around them because what if my man or woman looks at them because they're so gorgeous or so handsome, like that type of energy. I don't get that. I really don't get that. That's stemming from their own insecurities. Seven of Swords energy. They're using you as an excuse because if their person was a loyal person, you wouldn't even worry about that. Or they are insecure within themselves. I'm seeing clueless when all of a sudden my voice went squeaky. I don't know if some of you have soft voices or like more high-pitched voices. Um, I'm seeing clueless when she is in the beginning of the movie and she's trying to pick on an outfit and she's like, what do I wear? And then she's like looking through the iPad or something for an outfit and then she's like, this one, and then she wears it. So people may say you have an amazing way of choosing different pieces of fashion and it's very unique to you. That's how they describe it. I'm getting you have the type of beauty where people describe you to be almost like a singing bowl. They may not say singing bowl, but it's like you have that type of beauty that instantly calms a person. But it's not just your beauty, it's also your soul's energy that instantly calms a person, that instantly puts them at ease, puts them in this vibration of peace and serenity. So the last thing I'm seeing is the type of beauty that can't be sabotaged. And let me explain what I mean by this. I was first seeing brats, and there's the Tweevils, and there's one Tweevil where she always has her nose, something always happens to her nose, and she's like, my nose, and then she has to keep getting surgeries because she keeps bumping her nose. And then I saw also a vision of Regina George when they tried to cut holes in her t-shirt, and then she walked around, and then you know, people started copying her, even though they were trying to sabotage her beauty. And then, you know, they put foot cream in her face cream, and then, you know, her boyfriend kissed her face, and then he's like, "Ooh, you smell like mint," like, or something like that. It's giving you that type of vibe, like if anyone tried to sabotage your beauty or tried to make you seem less beautiful, it would only make you seem more beautiful. Does that make sense? So, you know, some people may have literally physically insulted you because of the fact that they're jealous of you, because of the fact that they're in the Seven of Swords energy, they're insecure, you know, and, you know, you are playing on their mind. So then maybe they insult you, and then another person's like, no, don't say that about pile number one. Like, pile number ones are so beautiful. And then it's like, does that make sense? I see that type of energy. And then the last thing I see here is the type of beauty where you stay on people's minds a lot. Like, you have that type of beauty that's very memorable. So this is what I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this purple agate crystal and the positivity card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how is your beauty described by others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially when I talk about physical features. Let's go ahead and add your cards. We're starting off with the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle deck. Straight away, I'm feeling a sacral chakra release. I'll explain what that means in a moment. Let me just get all your cards out. Okay, you have 2 cards wanting to come out. So we have Lace Agate with the Air Element, card number 23, and Adaptability. Love that. We have Ammonite, Palace, and Trust, card number 31. Some of you may actually relate to pile 1 because pile 1 had a shell. And at the back of the deck, we have Apophyllite, Jupiter, and Curiosity. Now let's get one card from the Messages from Mermaid's Oracle. So how is my pile number 2's beauty described by others? We have healing. Love that. And we have gentleness at the back of the deck. So now we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot. So Spirit Guides of my pile number 2s. Spirit Guides on my pile number 2s. How is their beauty described by others? I don't know why I felt called to doing it like that. So let's just see how many cards we have here. So the first card we have is the Six of Swords in the reverse. I think I get that and understand. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. I just saw a vision of something. Let me just write it down before I forget. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Magician. Like that. I like that. Okay, we have the Star. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So we have some extra cards for you, 3 extra cards. I'll look at it after I look at all these cards we have here. So let's just put it there for now. Actually, we have 5 extra cards. So at the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. And I just heard the birthday song by what is her name again? Katy Perry, like that music video where she's like doing that birthday song. I don't know what it's called. And she has like candy over her. So people may describe your beauty to be like sweet like candy and delicious and I want to eat you up, like in a good way, not in a weird sexual way, but like sweet like candy. I don't know if that makes sense. So how is your beauty described by others, pile 2? So I was seeing the vision of the movie Paper Towns. It was originally a book by John Green, and in the movie it plays a lady named Margot, but she's played by Cara Delevingne. And in that movie, she kind of disappears one night mysteriously, and then the main character, Quentin, tries to find her and tries to find clues of her. And you know what I get from that movie? It's kind of like that type of vibe where, with the Six of Swords in reverse, you have that type of beauty where people describe you to never leave people's minds, even once you have physically left their life. It's like they're still looking for clues on where you went and hoping that you would still come back. Even friendships in your life, not even just romantic connections, but even friendships, even things like that. It's kind of like this vibe of, I can never let pile 2 go. So you may have people describe you to be the one that got away. Spirit is showing me a vision of a friend I have where, well, I don't know if I want to share this about him, but because it's kind of sad, but I'm not going to say his name. But anyways, like I have a friend that the last time I saw him, he was like telling me about a girl he dated a long time ago, but he still loves her, and they've broken up a long time ago, but he still loves her, like he can't let her go. It kind of reminds me of that energy. And with the Six of Swords reverse, people describe your beauty to be that type of beauty you can't let go of. I also heard this clairaudiently. It's 1333 on the clock. So I have a dog at my parents' house, but I don't live with my parents anymore. But I grew up with this dog, and she has a specific cry that she does, like, I don't know how to do it, but I audiently heard that. So I don't know if you have that type of beauty that people describe where like pets like you, where children like you and are very drawn to you. But I don't think it's just your beauty. I also think it's just your energy, because pets and babies and children can see energy. So that's what I feel there. With 1333 on the clock, I feel like people describe your beauty to be one that is expansive, one that is ever growing. It's never gonna go away. It's always gonna grow into something more and more and more. Kind of like you age like fine wine, or kind of like you get more beautiful as you get more wiser and older. It gives me that vibe like you have an expansive type of beauty where you can add more and more and more to it. Does that make sense? And 3 is a number of support too, and creativity, creation. So you may have people say that you have a creative type of beauty where when you express yourself through hairstyles, through makeup, if you wear makeup, through clothing, fashion, it's very creative and it's very unique in you. But people may also say that you're a very supportive friend and person, and that's your inner beauty. People may describe your beauty to be very adaptable, to be very much like you can change aesthetics. With a magician, it gives me that vibe of like, you can change the way you look. Okay, so today I want to look intimidating and I don't want people to talk to me. I'm going to look intimidating by my aesthetic. And I'm going to shapeshift sort of with maybe makeup, with my clothes, with my aesthetic. And I'm going to look like a completely different person today. And then tomorrow, I feel like dyeing my hair red because it's like, I just want to dye my hair red, and I can dye my hair red and look good in it and look bombing in it and like look banging in it, and then still wear a different type of aesthetic. And then tomorrow I can change my aesthetic again, and I can wear a whole nother aesthetic and wear a wig or wear my makeup in a different way and still pull it off. Spirit is showing me Rihanna. You know how she wore her hair in many different colors and styles, and she pulled off all those styles? That's you. Like, you can shapeshift through aesthetics, through hair colors, through styles, through aesthetics. You can adapt to any type of beauty, like the air element. It's like flowing into anything. You can look like anything you want. Shapeshifting, maybe even with your makeup. Like, if you wanted to contour your face to make your face look more sharper today, you could do that. And then tomorrow, maybe you put more blush on your cheeks to make your cheeks look soft and full, and then you can do that. It's like you can kind of shape shift your look, is what I get with the magician and adaptability. That's how people describe your beauty. People describe your beauty to be like, they really like your makeup, they really like your hair, they really like your clothes, they really like your aesthetic. They feel like you're unique to yourself in your self-expression, and that's something people like about you. People may even say your beauty is a little bit mystic and free-spirited and wild and free. Okay, and I see people saying your beauty is kind of flowy, like you can flow here and be this and be that all at the same time, if that makes sense. People may also describe your beauty in a sense where they say you have such a beautiful smile. You have a beautiful smile that lights up the whole room. Beautiful laughter, beautiful sound of laughter, beautiful smile. The type of beauty that warms up the whole room. The type of beauty that takes people's breath away. The type of beauty that is soft and gentle, but at the same time fierce and strong, but at the same time this and that. Like, it's like you can be all those things at once. Does that make sense? I'm hearing someone sing in a very beautiful voice and melody. So people may say you have a beautiful singing voice, or a voice that sounds like a melody, that sounds like very harmonic. People may describe your beauty to say that you're someone that shines bright, that you have a star quality or star factor to you, the type of beauty that stands out and gets noticed by others. I'm hearing fierce, strong, confident too, and I'm seeing clairvoyantly a model. What were those models that modeled on Tyra Banks' show, America's Next Top Model, and they're like posing? And so I don't know if people could say like you have the type of runway model look. I don't know. I'm also hearing Mercury, so communication, your voice, that keeps showing up a lot, your voice. Your voice is described to be very beautiful, and the way you speak, it's very eloquent and elegant. That people like the way you speak. People just feel like you're very unique. What makes you beautiful is your uniqueness, your flowiness, how you're able to adapt to different, it's not just different aesthetics. It's like maybe even some of you dress as per your mood, or on different days you're like different people. Not that you're always changing and becoming a different person. That's not what I mean. But it's like you have multiple sides to you. You're a very multidimensional person. You're very unique. You're not one to be put in a box. And this is how people describe you. Where it's like you're always adapting and changing to your environment, to your mood. Like, air is a very flowy element, but water too, with ammonite here in the shell. Like, water is always flowing. You never see water staying stagnant. And that's kind of like how people describe you. You're here, there, and everywhere. People may sometimes say, when you're looking for pile number 2, you never find them. Like, when you're at a party, you may have people, or a place or event, you may have people like pull you to the side and then people can't find you, like something like that. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm seeing that. I'm not trying to hype you up on purpose, but I'm seeing like no paparazzi. So photogenicness is coming through, and star quality, star factor. I like this Three of Cups. Spirit is showing me, you know, this vibe of like when you see a movie and all three friends are together and they're all looking glam and hot together and all looking very beautiful together. But then all at the same time, they all have unique beauties to them in their own ways. And then they're all like friends and they're just having a great time in the movie and they're going on their own journey. And then they all have their own unique personalities. They all look good together. So there's something about you looking good with your friends. And like Spirit is showing me movies where they're going on a whole journey and adventure together. And it only brings them closer together. So you have that type of beauty that I don't think is intimidating. It brings trust and healing. And it's that type of beauty that, like, some may have an intimidating factor, you don't. It's that type of beauty where it's like, I'm drawn towards you. I want to come over and talk to you. Like, everyone wants to come over and talk to you. You have the type of beauty that makes people instantly trust you. It's like you have that type of face that looks trustworthy. Does that make sense? That people want to befriend you, that people are like, who's that girl? Who's that boy? Like, I'm hearing that song, Who's That Girl? So it's kind of like people feel very intrigued by you and they want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. They want to get to know you. The pearl here in the Ammonite card is really sticking out to me. I'm clairvoyantly seeing an Egyptian eye. I don't know, like, if people may describe your eyes to look almost like Egyptian eyes. If you have, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have that type of eye, but maybe you have eyeliner on or something. Or, like, people may describe your eyes to have, like, a cat eye effect. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I see. Like, you may look really good in eyeliner and people may describe your lashes to be really long. I'm seeing Ariana Grande's face for some reason, so there's something about cuteness too. Like, she has that type of cute look to her. And she does have that type of look where it's like you can do nothing wrong, even if she does do something wrong, people are just like forgetting about it instantly. But I get that vibe of like wild and free-spirited too. Like, let's go travel, let's go on a plane, let's be spontaneous. That type of beauty is coming through how people describe you. And I'm also seeing Alice in Wonderland and how she was so curious where she went towards, and she went down the rabbit hole. So you may have people describe your beauty in a way that makes people curious about you, where people want to go down rabbit holes and find you. Just like that movie I saw in the beginning of the reading. I'm looking at this earth globe here and I'm getting the vibe like people describe your beauty to be like the whole earth can admire your beauty in some way. You know how there's different beauty standards in each country, and like each beauty standard looks different, and everywhere something beautiful is considered different, but everywhere in the world you could go and people would describe you as beautiful. People would stare at you. People would be like, who's pile number 2 over there? I'm getting sharp nose, or like a nice nose, like straighter or more pointy, but it's nice. Like, I don't think people dislike it. I think people like your nose and your lips too, and your smile. Especially your smile and your voice. People often say they want to hear your voice more. I'm also seeing Lana Del Rey now. So some of you may have that type of beauty like Lana Del Rey. And there's something about your body looking soft and looking a little bit curvy. Even if you're more slim, your body could have a curviness to it. And for my men, some of you could have like a softer body that people like, that people find sexy, but then some of you could have more of an athletic build to you. I'm also seeing athletic build and like a medium-sized body. Like Spirit is showing me these statues of Aphrodite. So you could have the type of beauty, it's like you've been blessed by the gods with lots of beauty. Cute. I like that. So I'm seeing that the Princess Diaries movie when she had a glow up. So some people may describe you to have had a glow up in your life. And I felt the sacral chakra release in the beginning. And I don't think the glow up is necessarily a physical change. It could be. It could be that maybe you actually physically glow up. You could have, but I think people described you as beautiful before always, but it's like because you have changed and because you have grown and because you have gone within and healed something within yourself, I feel you made a choice to go within and heal something within yourself. Because of that, you had some kind of glow up internally and in the way that you looked at yourself. So the sacral chakra is all about our confidence. It's all about the way we feel about our body, the way we look at ourselves, our connection to our sensuality. So maybe some of you are becoming more comfortable with your sensuality, becoming more confident in yourself, realizing your worth and your value, and because of that, the way you view yourself shows up different. The way you talk to yourself shows up different. You look more confident, you look more happy, you look more glowy. Does that make sense? And therefore glow up. Whereas some of you did have physical glow ups too. But it's like, yes, you could have also had a physical glow up. So I guess take what resonates there. I'm seeing people really like your jewelry or any types of accessories you wear, handbags, things like that. People even describe your beauty like you can adapt and change a lot. Like I'm seeing someone wear different colored wigs, or 1 week someone braids their hair and then the next week their hair is natural. Or 1 week someone is cutting bangs, the next week they're having a different hairstyle. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. And I'm getting the vibe of people describing your look to be also dreamy, but also fierce. Like I think it just depends on the day, because it can go in between so many things, if that makes sense. People may also describe your beauty to be the type of beauty people want to take you out on dates for. And very delicious. I keep getting delicious. And I'm seeing like people may say your beauty is like the type of beauty where you look like you're not going to age much. That's what I'm getting there. Let's look at the rest of your cards. You may also have the type of beauty that people want to hold on to you for a long time. And people may feel a very healing energy from you and just your vibe in general. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. I keep seeing the same message over and over again. So I'm being shown, when I looked at this key and the keyhole, I'm being shown Alice in Wonderland again, and that scene in the movie when she wants to go through the door, but the door is too small or something, and then she needs to eat something, one of those magical things, and then shrink herself and then go through the door, and then she needs to make herself big again. It's the same message again and again. Like you can change and maneuver and shift, and Like today you can be this, tomorrow you can be that. That's how people describe your beauty. But people also describe your beauty to be a very earthly, beautiful energy with the Queen of Pentacles, but also a very emotional and soul beauty type of energy with the King of Cups. So it's like, yes, you're very physically beautiful, very earthly beauty, if that makes sense, with the Queen of Pentacles, but it's also like you have that type of beauty where it's like people almost see you as the main character and you're going through your own life journey. And when you go through difficulties and you don't necessarily know what to do, then others are rooting for you. And then eventually you find your way and you reach that moment of success, that moment of, I did it, if that makes sense. I completed what I wanted to do. And people may describe your beauty to be something like where you look very healthy, you look like you run a lot or exercise a lot, and you have that type of beauty where people want to go towards you, people want to rush towards you and hold on to you for a long time. So this is what I have for you, my pal twos. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number threes. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the card Contentment, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how is your beauty described by others. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially when I go into physical features or traits I see. So let's go ahead and add your cards. We're first going to be using the Astral Realms Oracle deck. I sort of felt like my breath was taken away. So you have the type of beauty that takes people's breath away. That's breathtakingly beautiful. So we have the card Direction, Super 7, and Alrisha Star, card number 20. And at the back of the deck, we have Aquamarine, Water Element, and Intuition. So as I look at the water, I'm getting this vibe of like someone that likes to take a lot of self-care baths or showers, or you're very neat and tidy. You look like you do a lot of self-care. I'm being taken back to my grandma and how she used to bath in milk. I really treat herself like that. And I'm being taken to a past life I had in Egypt where I basically saw myself as part of the royal family. I don't know like where I was within that. I only saw one scene of it, like almost like I was getting out of this big bath that was almost like a crystal bath and it was black. And it was like people were pampering me. So I'm being taken back to the memory of that past life vision. So you may have the type of beauty where people describe you almost like royalty or almost like this regal energy where people want to pamper you, or you want to be pampered by yourself and do a lot of self-care, self-love. A very Venusian energy too. People might not say Venusian, but aesthetically pleasing to the eye, very beautiful, very, what's the word? Conventionally attractive is the word I'm hearing. A neat, clean, tidy, that's what I get here. And like that type of beauty where it looks like you're always taking care of yourself. Where it looks like you're doing your skincare or doing face masks or doing self-care. That type of beauty that you look very relaxed and peaceful and calm, and it makes your face look very good. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I see. I'm thinking of water, like clear water, and then I'm being taken to skin and clear skin. So people may say you have clear skin. There's something about your beauty that feels very elegant and feels very Venusian and feels very much like a queen or a king's type of beauty, but also a little bit flawless in some way. And I'm not saying you don't have any flaws, because I think that's pretty impossible as human beings, but remember, this is how people describe your beauty. remember that we are looking at our faces in the mirror all day, every day. Well, not all day, every day, but we see ourselves every day, and we intensely look and pick ourselves apart. But a person's looking at us from afar, they don't necessarily see the things and the insecurities we do. Do you get what I mean? So let's now look at the Mermaid Oracle deck, the messages from mermaids. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. You also have a dreamy beauty is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that song that's like, I Keep on Falling in and Out of Love with You by Alicia Keys, where she's singing very beautifully. So some people may say you have a beautiful singing voice or beautiful voice in general. How do people describe my pile 3's beauty? How is their beauty described by others? We have free spirit. Some of you may actually relate to pile 2 as well. And oh my gosh, communication. So something about your voice, the way you communicate. It could sound very sing-songy, or your voice could sound like a melody. Or people say that your voice sounds good, that they think you'd have a beautiful singing voice. Because I'm literally seeing her at the piano. But I'm seeing it like she's lying on the piano. So I don't know why I'm seeing it like that. Maybe some of you have a creative kind of gifts. It won't resonate with everyone, but that's what I'm seeing. And the way you communicate can come across very sing-songy, is what I feel. Very positive and happy and free. Like you're just kind of being yourself. People say that your beauty comes through like you're being free, you're being yourself. Like wild and free, if that makes sense. But it kind of gives me this vibe of almost like a childlike spirit, where I'm thinking of like me as a child, for example, where I was like very expressive, and I didn't mind dancing, and I didn't mind doing this, and I didn't mind doing this and expressing myself by wearing this. It kind of gives me this vibe of like, I don't really care. It's not like I don't care what people think, but I'm just expressing myself. But it's almost like people view you to be looking at the world in kind of like a childlike perspective, where, you know, before a child gains any fears and gains insecurities and gains this viewpoint of the world looks at me like this, it's kind of like people assume you don't have that. So when I tried to pull the card, it went back and I couldn't pull it. So what I get here is people may describe your beauty to be the type of beauty like, I tried to get you and you reject me, and that's like, does that make sense? You have the type of beauty where you may reject a lot of people, is what people say. Even if it's not true, this is what people describe. So let's take a look at your cards. Even that song, I Keep on Falling in and Out of Love with You. So that kind of gives me the vibe like, people may say you have the type of beauty where you can pick and choose whoever you want. Like, I don't know, that's what I'm getting. And you can reject a lot of people. We have the Judgment card. This kind of reminds me of dancing and ballet. So I don't know if some of you are actually creative, or you have a creative expression through your clothing style, through your fashion, through the way you express yourself through makeup and hair or something like that. We have the 9 of Swords. When I looked at the pillow, I kind of got taken back to beauty sleep. Like, you look like you get a lot of beauty sleep, and like, I'm almost getting the vibe like you look like you don't worry. I know the 9 of Swords is here, but since I saw the pillow and beauty sleep and this kind of soft, elegant energy, like pampered, it's like maybe people will say you look like you have the type of beauty where you have no worries. Does that make sense? We have the Chariot. I'm being taken back to Cinderella with this chariot. It kind of reminds me of Cinderella and the carriage she's on, and how the fairy godmother comes and bibbidi bobbidi boo. So you may have a magical type of beauty where you can magically transform in some way. You may have had a glow up in your life. People may describe you to have had some kind of glow up, or you can always glow up like if you want to. But you may also have that magical type of beauty, like with Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. And how she transformed. I'm feeling my teeth. People may say you have nice teeth. We have death and rebirth. What I'm getting from this card, you know, in movies when someone has to wear a disguise, like let's say they're on the run because they committed some kind of crime. I'm not saying you are. But, and then let's say they like wear a wig and then people think they're a completely different person. I'm being taken to Hannah Montana. You know, how she's Miley Cyrus and then she wears a wig and now she's Hannah Montana and no one notices it's her. People, yeah, you may relate to Pal too. People say you have that type of beauty that kind of shape shifts and changes. Like you can change your whole identity if you wanted to. Where people wouldn't notice it's you. I don't know what that means, but yeah. The Hanged Man. Eight of Wands. I'm also seeing mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? So I get this type of vibe, like people may describe your beauty to kind of be very beautiful, where others kind of get jealous of it because it's like others want to be the most beautiful, the most fairest of them all, but then they see you as more beautiful than them. Does that make sense? We have the Strength card. We have the Seven of Swords. That's what I spoke about. Seven of Swords. People getting jealous. And then we have 3 extra cards, which I'll look at in a moment. At the back of the deck, we have the 4 of Wands. So I'm hearing kissable lips, how people describe your beauty. There is this type of glow to you, like the moonlight, or you could have a beauty like the moon. Some of you could have rounder faces, whereas some of you could have more square or oval faces, or like heart-shaped or diamond. I don't know why I'm seeing face shapes, but I'm seeing that. People may say they like your face shape. Your beauty could be described like a diamond or like a heart. I don't know if that makes sense. Very, like, you have a very loving look to you in your beauty, and you have that type of bougie look as well, but more royal and regal, king queen energy. You have that type of beauty that stands out, that has that it factor to it, I'm hearing. Spirit is showing me Britney Spears for some reason. But you also have the type of beauty that looks very innocent. Like, Spirit is showing me a cute deer. Like a deer in the headlights. I don't know. I'm hearing you have that type of beauty where people describe you always make a grand entrance or fashionably late. But whenever you go somewhere, it's like people want to know what you're what you're gonna wear or what you're gonna look like. And it's like you always make a grand entrance where people describe your beauty to have like a wow factor to it. People may also describe your beauty where they don't know where you're necessarily from in the world, if that makes sense. Like, they can't tell. Example, like, let's say someone looks like, maybe people could say they're Italian, but they could also look a little bit Portuguese or a little bit like maybe Spanish. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like people don't necessarily know where you're from sometimes. I think Spanish is a language. Sorry, I'm from South Africa. I don't always know. But yeah, that's what I see here. There's something about your lips that people like to look at. I'm seeing Paris Hilton and like that type of vibe she has that is like very girly, Y2K, pop star type of energy. I don't know if some of you like to wear Y2K clothing or if you have that type of beauty that could be kind of like timeless for some of you, but for others of you, it reminds people of a specific time period, or your aesthetic reminds people of a specific time period too. You have the type of beauty where people describe it to be fresh, clean, neat, put together. And even if you don't look glammed up or dolled up, like I hear you look a little bit like a doll, but even if you don't look glammed up, even if you just have, natural beauty, like you still look beautiful with natural beauty, if that makes sense. People describe your beauty to have a glow to it, to have like this soul essence to it. Like your beauty looks very soulful. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm getting. You could look very good in reds, but you could also look very good in green, blues, turquoises, purples. People may say you could pull off different colors. Like, you know how you get some people that are like a winter or summer, like summer colors look good on them, or winter colors or something like that. People may say that you can pull off different of those, if that makes sense. People really like your body, and I'm getting cleavage. Like, if you ever wear something that shows a little bit skin or cleavage, they like your legs too. You have the type of beauty that's very free, like a bird. I'm hearing that song, I'm like a bird, I always fly away. So you have that type of beauty where it's like you're that beautiful butterfly everyone wants to catch and keep, but very free, and like that type of beauty where maybe it looks like you're gonna travel the world or something. That's what I'm getting. You know that type of beauty where the person could look like they're in a rom-com, and then the beginning of the movie, something sad happens where someone breaks up with them, and then they go and find themselves, they go and gain self-love, and then later on they find their true love and romance, and then everyone's like, oh, like you have that type of beauty I'm hearing, where you look like you could be in a rom-com. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing that. You have a type of beauty where you look very flexible too, or you look like you can dance. You look like you can travel the world, and like people would consider you beautiful across all countries. I'm having a little bit of a hard time describing your beauty because it's like people see it, but sometimes people have a hard time describing it, if that makes sense, because you can be so many things at once. Your beauty, it feels like a breath of fresh air. I'm seeing Moana when she was called to the ocean or something. Like, I keep getting that vibe. Your beauty has like a soulful essence to it, a mystical essence to it, like a spiritual essence to it, if that makes sense. Like you have a soul purpose to something. Like you're very connected to your own spirituality and your own free-spiritedness. You have the type of beauty where you look like you have self-love and you look like you are content with yourself, content with who you are. I'm seeing Shakira in the She Wolf video, so people may say you have like type of beauty that's like kind of wolfy or like fierce, strong, confident, but also very fiery and feisty at the same time, and it's like you're always trusting your instincts. I'm being shown a friend I have where she recently went to the Northern Lights, and I don't know, I'm being taken to the Northern Lights, and I don't know if I can share her story, but she said she was gonna see the Northern Lights, and that day it was a solar eclipse, and she was like, I am gonna see the Northern Lights, and she said I am gonna see it, and then she did see it, even though people were like, oh, it's really rare to see it. So maybe you have that type of beauty that can manifest things easily into your fruition or existence. But I still feel this vibe of like people seeing your beauty but having a hard time describing it. And it's like I'm getting the vibe of how does pile number 1, why do I say pile 1? How does pile number 3 look? And then the friend is like, your friend's like, I don't really know how to describe pile 3's beauty. They're very beautiful. Let me just show you how they look. And then someone looks at it and they're like, ooh, I like pile 3's look. You know what I mean? We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you have the type of beauty where it looks like I'm seeing Kylie Jenner, and when she was on the magazine for being self-made and independent, and the first, I think she was like the first 18-year-old to have that much riches. I don't really know the story too well, but it's something like that. Like, people may say you have that type of self-made beauty, like self-made look to you where you can gain a lot of independence and success through your line of work, that it looks very much like you're going to be self-made and independent and successful and celebrated for something you do. But people describe your beauty to have like a purpose to it. Like, you look like you have a purpose, a strong soul purpose in this lifetime. You look like you're following that soul purpose and following your instincts and your intuition, but also combining that with what you want to do, what your passions are. People may describe your beauty to have the type of beauty that makes people emotional. Like, I don't know what that means, but emotional in a good way. Like, I'm seeing tears of joy. People are very happy to see you. Like, people get very excited to see you and in your presence. You have the type of beauty that's very generous and beautiful at heart. Like, you have a beautiful big heart. And people may describe your beauty like, yes, you're fierce, you're confident, you give off this regal energy, and then sometimes they'll be a little bit like, whoa, pile number 3 is so beautiful. And then, I don't know, like a little bit of an intimidation factor to it, but then when they start to get to know you, they feel free with you, they feel very loved by you, they feel like they can just have fun with you. People say that you're such a vibe, you're so fun to be around, people enjoy your presence. And it's also your personality that's fun and beautiful. That's like how people describe you. So this is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!